You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Michael Oher, man, it's not looking good for Michael Oher, man. Because everybody knows that Michael Oher is going after his adopted parents for he's basically saying that they stole millions from him from The Blind Side, and it's not holding any water because nobody's backing him on that whatsoever. The author of the book said, no, everybody got equal payment and all this other stuff. Now, you actually have the movie producers of the movie The Blind Side. Guess who they're backing? They're backing the Tuohys.
The family.
Yeah. Let's check this out. Movie producers defend Blind Side and family accused of scamming former NFL player Michael Oher. Alcon Entertainment, the film company that produced the hit 2009 film The Blind Side, is defending its film and the Tuohy family against charges that they defrauded former NFL player Michael Oher of an untold amount of money in proceeds from the film. Broderick Johnson and Andrew Kosif, how do you pronounce his name? I don't even know. Koso? I don't know. Anyway, the co-heads of Alcon are defending the movie, calling accusations that they fabricated the story the film is based upon are mischaracterizations and uninformed opinions. The pair also released financial records to prove their point. Oh, really?
Wow.
The Hollywood Reporter said, man, really? Quote, and I'm reading this fresh. I didn't actually read this. The deal that was made by Fox for the Tuohys and Michael Oher's life rights was consistent with the marketplace at the time for the rights of relatively unknown individuals. Therefore, it did not include significant payouts in the event of the film's success, the film executives wrote. As a result, the notion that the Tuohys were paid millions of dollars by Alcon to the detriment of Michael Oher is false. In fact, Alcon has paid approximately $767,000 to the talent agency that represents the Tuohy family and Michael Oher, who presumably took commission before passing it through. So they're saying right here, man, that Michael Oher's a liar.
Yeah, there's not a ton of money there to be divvied up either. Because that was to the family, and it's my understanding that the kids of the family or the mom, the father, all had to split that $767,000.
Right.
And that's not counting the fees that the talent agency took out. So there wasn't a lot of money to be had here.
There was not a lot of money. And Michael Oher is talking about millions. The movie made like $300 million at the box office. Roughly half of that is going to go back to the studio. And obviously, the studio ain't paying out millions to the Tuohys for that.
The only person that probably got a pretty healthy paycheck out of that, well, maybe two, but Sandra Bullock was probably the highest paid.
She won an Oscar. She may have got money on the back end. I don't know.
Tim McGraw.
And then Tim McGraw was in it.
Tim McGraw was in it, yeah.
But he was, now keep in mind, he was a country singer. Yes, he had a name, but he is not a movie star. So they paid him based on scale of his popularity, all right? So I guarantee you, whatever Tim McGraw got wasn't probably anywhere close to what Sandra Bullock got. So it sounds to me like nobody really made a lot of money off this film, except the studio.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, even Oher's college coach, he's defended the Tuohys as well. Nobody's backing Michael Oher.
Well, Michael Oher looks terrible in this, frankly.
Yeah.
He looks really bad, I think. Yes, this has been a black eye on his persona and how people view him because, you know, they said when they went to that hearing, that court hearing for his conservatorship, his mother attended that. They fully understood what was going on. He knew he was not adopted by them. He knew that. You know, that wasn't a surprise. And the author, he cemented that there was no confusion there of Michael Oher. It sounds to me like, I'm going to be honest, it sounds to me like Michael Oher is possibly a victim of what we always see out of NFL players, and that victim is not being able to handle their money very well. I bet Michael Oher is close to broke. I bet he's close to broke. You know, he had a very good NFL career, but he hasn't figured out how to parlay that into an income. And there's multiple lines of income Michael Oher could get here, because he not only can go around on, you know, these Comic Cons and these movie cons, he can not only be a commodity or even sports trading shows, like for sports cards. He's a Super Bowl winner. He was, you know, they made a movie based on his career. He was a solid NFL player. Those guys get paid good money to show up and make those appearances over a weekend.
Yeah.
Some of those guys make $5,000 to $10,000 in a weekend for some of that stuff. Well, that's pretty good money if he manages his money correctly, you know. But it sounds it just sounds like he's broke, you know.
Yeah, I think it's. Speaking of those expos and all that, I went to a FitCon in London about 6 years ago in London and all that. They pay C.T. Fletcher £10,000, about $12,000, and they paid for him and his missus to fly out to London to do a weekend. Just basically signing photos and doing photos and all that. They paid him that, and they paid for his hotel, and they paid for his flights over as well.
I mean, there's a demand.
Not bad for YouTuber, basically.
He can figure it out. If Michael Oher's in relatively good shape, you're trying to tell me that no nutrition companies, no weightlifting companies, nobody would have Michael Oher's name on their product or as a weight gainer, really and truly? Like Michael Oher, Carolina Panthers, Ravens Super Bowl champion, blah, 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 offensive lineman. He can find other ways to make money instead of dragging the family that tried to help him out through the mud.
But apparently they really haven't spoken in like 10 years at this point. Now, all of a sudden now, he's trashing them, but in his 2009 book, he knew exactly what the conservatorship was.
Yeah.
He knew he wasn't legally
he was
adopted.
aware.
He was aware.
It's my understanding, too. Look, if it wasn't for that family, there's a very good chance he does not get to go to the University of Mississippi. Ole Miss.
Well, if it wasn't for the family, he'd still be on the street.
Yeah.
Or dead.
Or there you go. You said it.
I mean, his dad.
Like I say, some of his family are fucking gangbangers in Memphis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mother was a crackhead. Father wasn't there at all.
His father died and got murdered in prison or something. He was a career criminal. His mother was addicted to crack cocaine. That family brought him in, took him off the streets.
You know, Jason Whitlock came right out and just said, this is going to cause a lot of pause to have people help other people that have come from the streets. That people are going to back off and be like, I remember what happened to Michael Oher. Maybe I don't even need to get involved here.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.